I'm taking my 1500 quid budget track car to the Nürburgring in Germany. But before we get too excited, there is a few things to check first. Now, there's a few things to check with the car, and there's a few things we need to make sure we take with us. Now, we'll start off with the basics with the car and making sure the car is mechanically sound. Now, obviously, I've put a bit of money into this car, getting it ready for track days, so I'm fairly sure it is mechanically sound. But we are just going to check some of the basics. So the most basic thing you can check is that all the levels on your car are correct before going anywhere. So we've got brake fluid under here, which obviously I know is fine because we've just done some work on the clutch, which obviously feeds from the brake reservoir, but we can give it a quick check anyway. So it's just a visual check. Yep, that is fine up to the maximum. So next thing will be our engine oil. Obviously, again, you would always check that, probably check that before, like each day before you go out onto the Nürburgring. And then we've got the coolant, which obviously is a nice see-through reservoir there, so I can see that is up to the full mark. Now, next up is going to be just a visual inspection for any leaks. So that can be gearbox oil, engine oil, coolant, anything like that. But the easiest way is just to get the car jacked up and have a good look. And thankfully, everything on the Suzuki looks fine. Now, another massively important area to make sure is right on the car before going to Nürburgring is the brakes. Now, I know mine are all right because I've very recently had the wheels off, and obviously, to be fair, everything's pretty much brand new when the car's only done one track day. But I did visually inspect all of the brake pads and the discs and everything like that after we came back from the last track day. But that is certainly one thing to make sure is good before heading to the Nürburgring. And followed fairly closely to the brakes, so you could call them equally as important, are the tyres. Now, I've got a set of track tyres, well, track wheels and tyres, so these are coming with us and I'll fit them when we get over to the Nürburgring. Now, I'm not going to check the pressures on these here, I'm going to wait until we're over there, but we will check the tyre pressures on the road wheels on the car just to make sure they're right for the long drive. And if we're talking about the importance of brakes and wheels and tyres and things, obviously you need to make sure you check your wheel nut torque fairly frequently. The last thing you want to do is have your wheels coming off on the Nürburgring. Now, a little hot hatchback like this has not got a lot of room in the back of it. So if you're thinking about doing a trip like this, it might be worth considering taking the rear seats completely out, and then you can get things like wheels and tools in a lot more easy. So if you're interested in that, see the description down below and see my video of organising the car like this for doing track days and road trips. Now, there are one or two bits and pieces you will need if you want to drive in Europe. Now, the first thing is a UK sticker. A European driving kit. Now, this one consists of a couple of high-vis vests. It also has a warning triangle and a first aid kit. And to be fair, this is where the UK sticker came from. And you're also going to want a bulb kit. And if you're driving in Europe, you will need headlight deflectors. So we'll put them on later. And apparently now you need these breathalyzer things if you are driving in France. Now, I've done a few trips to the Nürburgring over the years. Now, all the times that I've been have always been tourist days, so not proper track days. So that basically means the kind of normal rules of the road apply, although it is still a racing circuit, but it's classed as a toll road. Now, the elephant in the room is insurance. Now, back when we used to go, there was never any proper insurance would cover you for the tourist days. Now, looking into it now, that is kind of companies offering sort of insurance, but from my research on it, the only thing they really do cover is your own vehicle, and then you can add on barrier damage and you can add on recovery costs being covered. But the big sticking point is any third-party damage. So if you come into an accident with another car and it's deemed as your fault, then it doesn't look like the insurers will pay out. Now, correct us if I am wrong on this. Stick a comment down below if there are insurers out there that will cover third-party damage on tourist days. but from what I found was none of them seemed to cover that. Now, just to mention some paperwork. Now, I always kind of print off my normal car insurance. Now, one thing to bear in mind with normal car insurance, obviously just for driving there and getting there, you need to make sure your policy covers you for European travel. Secondly, I always take my V5 with us as well, just so I've got it, just so there shouldn't be ever any problems getting in and out of the country with your car. And to be fair, I always like to print out any travel documents or anything like that, just so I've got hard copies with us. Now, another thing that might be worth mentioning is, if you are thinking about a trip to the Nürburgring, is European breakdown cover. Or the other option, which I've adopted to go for this year, is a straight bar and some very understanding friends. Now, it wouldn't really be much of a Homeworks Garage video if we were, say, to break down and I simply got the tow bar out and got towed home. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm taking what I think I might need so I can perform any surgery to the car out in Germany if needs be. So I've basically got a 219 piece socket set here, which has got spanners, sockets, everything like that in it. I've also got basically a little tool roll here with a load of other bits and pieces that isn't in there. I've got my impact gun. We've got spare parts in this box over here. We've got spare fluids, brake fluid, gearbox fluid, coolant, engine oil, all that sort of good stuff. We've got a little air compressor. We've got jump leads. We've got cable ties, duct tape. Got the iCar Soft vehicle scanner. So hopefully, if I do need to do anything minor on the car, I should be covered with what I've got here to be able to get it sorted. So now really all I've got left to do is get my bags in the car to take with me. So just clothes, that sort of stuff. I'm not 100% sure when this video is going to come out, but today when I'm filming, we're literally 3 days away from getting on the ferry and heading across to Germany. So obviously we're going to be doing a video about the Suzuki Swift's first trip to the Nürburgring, and hopefully it's going to make it without any problems. And I also will do a bit of a breakdown of the costs because this is a budget track car. So I will break down all the costs on what the travel is, what it's cost for laps, fuel, that sort of thing in the Nürburgring trip video. So if you're interested in seeing that, please subscribe to the channel and keep an eye out for that video. And that just leaves me to say, thanks for watching this one, and we'll see you in the next one.